YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage back for another live battle. Total War Warhammer 2. This is just some battles to tide you over until I get home tonight and can record the first episode in Mortal Empires. We're going to play as Dark Elves. Ooh, let's see, we want to take on the High Elves. High Elves, High Elves, High Elves. We gotta watch out for net. I do want to use Malekith. I got an idea. Let's have some fun here. Let's do... Let's get a few Witch Elves, and then a bunch of Shades. I didn't get him up on his mount. Let's fix some of the abilities and spells so that maybe we can save enough money to afford his mount. I don't think I'll need Soul Stealer because it takes a ton of magic. Doombolt, we'll go without it. Blade Wind can be helpful. Chill Wind is useful. This one's useful. We got 897 and we need 1050 for that freaking dragon. That's frustrating. I really want 3 Witch Elves, though, because they can make stuff rampage. How else can we drop some money here? Glaze of Malice. Minus 15 armor. That's so helpful, though, because it takes off all that armor. Less casting. Is it that helpful, though? I mean, I cast a few spells. I mean, it could be. We still don't have 1050. Even if I get rid of all of it. Crap! We're so close. Really want Malekith on a dragon. Really want Malekith on the dragon. We're going to have to drop a Witch Elf. Get that. Ability. Keep the Spiteful Conjugation. Got the dragon. Got the spells. Wait a minute. Now how do I have so much money left? Now I'm confused. Oh, it's because he didn't give him his mount. Piece of crap. I only got a few seconds to fix this. Hold on. Get rid of them back to Malekith. Put him on the mount. I was going to say something was wrong there. I don't want the items. Get rid of that ability. Put that Witch Elf back in. Okay. Now it's got it right. Let's get a Dread Spear. And then we'll just put some... Alright. This is going to have to work. This army's pretty risky, to be honest, but it's one of those high risk, high reward type scenarios, I think. It's going to be pretty obvious that my army's screwy. If he goes infantry heavy, we should do great. If he goes with a lot of cav, we could be in trouble. If he has a lot of flyers, we have to stay close to our shades. If he has a net, then we definitely have to stay close to our shades. We can use Chill Wind on key infantry units, and if he gets in a blob, we can use Blade Wind. So here's the thinking. We want the Witch Elves.
Dark Riders. Cold-blooded killers. Dark Riders.
I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious in the end that I have Shades. At least I think it should be. Maybe not. Alright. Like I said, we gotta watch out for net. Shades, you get in a group. Main infantry, get in a group. Group, group, group. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right.
Chosen of Cain.
Dark Riders. Rookie. Dark Riders, battle ready.
Okay, the key here is using our shades well. If we don't use the shades well, then we are going to have created trouble for ourselves.
Shades.
Kind of like the terrain a little bit coming from this direction. Okay, he's got a lot of cavalry on the flanks. I automatically have dislike. He does not have a flyer though. What is this? Dragon Princes? Is it fire damage when you do the breath attack?
All shall tremble.
I don't know what kind of damage it is. If it's fire damage,
We are ready. Without
is that 4 Dragon Princes? Holy mackerel. Teclis has a net.
suffering for all.
So we can't go up here and spew fire on the Dragon Princes, and I think Dragon Princes have pretty good fire resistance anyway. Yeah, we're probably in trouble here, folks. I don't think we're going to find our way out of this one alive.
Malekith, setting forth.
What's our range on this thing? I have to get too close. Get it? How far can we go with Chill Wind? How far can we cast Chill Wind? Not far enough. We're still going to be too close to his nets. He's going to try and work his way around with the cavalry, and his Dragon Princes will absolutely slaughter. I know he's got Dragon. I don't think there's any way we can win this, folks. I think I picked myself out of the fight here. He's just outside of range. Let's fly Malekith up a little this way. We don't really have a lot of choices, folks. Let's just go take our beating. Let's just go take our beating and get this over with. Get him, Malekith.
Kana! Fear me. I train back.
Let's give him a little more. Witch Elves attack. Can't just sit there and get shot. Yeah, he netted Malekith. He may not be able to see my shades yet. Just stay back. That's kind of an odd choice there.
No survivors. Massacre them. Dark Riders.
Let's try and open up a hole here.
Merciless warriors.
These guys are just a distraction for the moment. We're about to find out whether this breath attack does anything. I'm not doing near as much damage to these Dragon Princes as I'd like to. And that breath attack didn't do too much either. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in all kinds of trouble.
Dealers in death. Dark Riders.
We are so dead, folks.
Spreading misery.
Get in there, Blade Wind. Hit him. Hit him. We might actually be able to get rid of a bunch of these Dragon Princes here.
Dealers in death. No mercy. Shades. Nagarothi. By your command.
Kill Dragon Princes. Kill them.
Crash them. Hear my word.
That's kind of a weird net there, but whatever. Oh man, we totally missed these. Yeah, we're so dead. We are beyond dead. Let's just go kill Teclis. Just because we can, and I think he used his net already. It won't do me any good too, but we're gonna kill Teclis just for kicks.
Attend me. Malekith. I am their doom.
Shades.
We can't catch Teklas. Little wiener's just gonna run away from us. Yeah, I'm telling him GG because this is... I picked a gosh awful army versus this. I'll do what I can. I'll fight it out, but we're gonna lose. Get out of there. Start firing into this. Fire right into their back right there. Come on. Now, why'd you have to go and do that? There we go. Come on, you guys should be massacring these guys. It's like point blank range. Armor-piercing missiles. Look at them just like firing kind of at the very flank of this thing rather than just unleashing it. Come on, Malekith, get over here. Get him, Malekith. Hit them while they're down. No mercy. Well, this is what happens when you pick a goofy army, folks. Malekith's last stand, folks. Yeah, this army was kind of gimmicky and would have done a lot better versus flyers and heavy infantry, but instead it was just a waste. This is what happens, like I said, when you pick a nonsense army and you end up going against something that pretty well counters it. But without the risk of having fun, then you don't end up having fun. Now, granted, I probably could have controlled this army a lot better, but let's be honest, there was no way I could deal with 4 Dragon Princes. It just wasn't going to happen. So when he picked those Dragon Princes, I was crap out of luck. The Dragon Princes are actually kind of difficult. They're actually not that difficult to deal with if you can convince your opponent to get into a blob. Something like Blade Wind or Pit of Shades can do intense damage to Dragon Princes. They have physical resistance, they don't have magic resistance. My shades almost felt kind of like slow to fire in certain situations too. I must not have had the best angles or something like that, because technically their armor-piercing missiles should rip stuff up pretty quick, but again, physical resistance is what it is. Let's try again, see if we can kill our High Elf brethren this time. Oh, let's think. How do I want to do things different? I really like using shades, but it just has not turned out well for me the last few times. Tags, they're anti-infantry, not anti-large. Sword and shield, 400. Maybe if we put this guy on foot, where he won't be a good target for dragons. Get rid of that. Armor piercing. Constant, minus 12% weapon damage. Harganeth execution. If we run this guy in the middle of the Blackguard, he should be pretty safe. Let's get Reaper. In fact, I'm thinking about just using Reaper bolt throwers instead of dark shards. I don't know if that would end up being a good idea or a bad idea. We need some magic. Shadow, fire, fire, dark. They have yeah, the pendulum could be good. Let's get shadows. Feebling foe. We want pendulum. I don't think we'll need the Mine Razor. Pit of Shades we want. Let's just go with Enfeebling Foe. Okay. We got some elite infantry. We're gonna need some dread spears for helping deal with cavalry. Oh, we've got 4 elite infantry. We certainly don't need any more elite infantry. I want a bunch of dread spears. And maybe these guys for helping to deal with flyers. So elite infantry, lord, ranged units. Let's see. Be kind of risky, but kind of fun to go with another Reaper. So let's think. If we keep our heroes in the Blackguard and they want to land a dragon on me, then they can try to land the dragon on me. We've got plenty of anti-large. This is kind of another goofy army, but let's try it. Let's try it. We got a lot of spears for the flanks, elite infantry to crush the center. Dreadlord and the sorceress are on foot, so the dragons will have a harder time punching through them quickly. If he has the dragons, then the Reaper bolt throwers and the repeater crossbow cav are really our only way. Plus, we can use Enfeebling Foe to slow them down. If we can get a straight line engagement somewhere, Penumbral Pendulum could be really good. Especially if it's just spearmen from the elves. If it's highly armored stuff, maybe not. This map may not be great for my Reapers. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, especially if we deploy this way. I want Harganeth Executioners. Put the Blackguard in the center. Let's actually stick one Blackguard out. This will be our front line. We'll put one Blackguard in the front line. We'll put the second one in the back line. Right here, and we'll put our 2 heroes right in the middle of this Blackguard, which will make them in a fairly defensible spot.
For battle. Red spears. Druki.
Druki tyrant. Dreadlord.
Let's actually do this.
Scourge of the West.
Let's put that unit right up there. Yeah, let's do that. So we got a Blackguard back here to really dissuade cavalry.
Merciless warriors. Bolt throwers.
We want our bolt throwers immediately in range. So I'm going to put them right there. Then we'll move all these units up around them. Yeah, I don't know if this will work or not. This is what happens when you take gimmicky armies. You always risk losing. Okay, open fire. Swordmasters of Hoeth will make a beautiful target. He has 2 of them. He does have a dragon. Let's keep our crossbows hidden for a moment. Alright. Doing some good damage to the Swordmasters.
spears. To destruction. Attack.
I am destruction.
Cold-blooded killers.
He's trying to kill my bolt throwers with his bowman.
Dreadlord.
Great spears.
That's not what I did.
Dreadlord.
The merciless host.
Okay, counter charge.
My blade hungers. Forward.
Okay, let's keep taking out Lothern Sea Guard. Let's actually back out of that.
To slaughter. Executioners. Advancing. Advance, Groupie.
Dreadlord. Agreed.
See if we can do some damage there.
No survivors. Merciless.
Okay, let's get after his lord. Argonath Executioners doing their thing. Our Reaper Bolt Throwers are doing their thing beautifully. That Pit of Shades did beautifully. He got a nice banishment on me right here. Really nice banishment. Wrecked one of my Blackguard. That was unfortunate for me. Oh, he's got a cavalry over here. That's also unfortunate.
Advancing. Death is
His cavalry is, like, really focused on me at the moment.
going.
Over here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, clean that up. Alright, on his dragon. On his dragon. Enfeeble that foe.
To destruction. Forward.
We're gonna have to micro this well,
Suffering.
because we're at a lot of risk here. Killed those guys. Let's switch over.
As you say.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good, actually. Okay, get back up here, bolt throwers.
Forward. We understand. Groupie.
Okay, his dragon's taking quite a bit of damage. Let's get our sorceress away from that if we can. He's gonna hit us with a net right here. That's unfortunate. He still kind of got caught. Stay out of that net. Stay out of the net. Stay out of the net.
With pleasure.
Yeah, he made a huge mistake still here.
Mercy.
Okay, keep up the fight, man. Keep up the fight. Executioners did great back here. Start pulling that dragon down. Feebling foe. Yeah, he made a huge mistake back here with the silver helms, and we're going to take every bit of advantage of that. Our bolt throwers have been just gruesome in this fight.
Onward. Dark Elves.
So this ended up working out for me. My opponent made some mistakes. We got a couple of clutch infantry charges too. I don't know if you all saw where I bait and switched his Swordmaster with the spear and then switched it in for a heavier unit. So that bait and switch at the beginning helped me out a lot too. Here, emo versus whatever. High. No! I meant to save it. Yeah, those bolt throwers though, we racked on his Swordmasters and his Lothern Sea Guard. So we punished his Lothern Sea Guard with the bolt throwers very, very successfully. We didn't end up doing a lot with our Dark Riders, but at least they got that Silver Helm busy and kept him from using it effectively. And then we were able to really mitigate these nice infantry that he brought. So definitely worked out nicely in my favor. So let's I know I've spent quite a bit of time on this video, but let's just have some fun with it here too real quick. Let's go back and watch some of that battle up close so we can see some of the units in action. I don't know if you all like this format or not, but I needed a longer video to make tonight since I wasn't going to do any campaign, and I figured this would be a fun way to spend it, doing some live battles. That first one, man, did we get shreked. Tell you what. Okay. Let's go in and look a bit closer. Okay, so let's get some of the unit close-ups here. So, Reaper Bolt Throwers. When you put these on the anti-infantry rounds, they are really effective. Really effective. The only real downside to them is they're an artillery piece that can't move. They're very stationary and can sometimes be very easy for enemies to kill. That's the only real downside there. Yeah, you can see that just really shredding up his main line. 3 of them is enough to put down just immense barrage. I don't recommend bringing these things like one at a time. If you're going to bring them, you got to bring them. Otherwise, and you see here I was switching this Hargoneth Executioner to be over closer to where I thought his Swordmaster was going to attack. But I want you to watch real close what happens here. This is like the one time I'm actually kind of happy with my micro. Watch this Spearman right there. I'm not usually very happy with my micromanagement. He decides to move up to try and shoot down my bolt throwers. Not advisable. You're going to have to hit him a lot faster and a lot harder for this tactic to be effective. It can work, but you see I'm punishing him just as bad as he's punishing me, and he's losing a Lothern Sea Guard, which cost almost the same. So he's just kind of trading. Yeah, so see right here, I saw his Swordmaster was matched up against my Dread Spear, and I was wasting a Blackguard against this Spearman, so we did kind of a bait and switch here. My Hargoneth Executioners just absolutely destroy the Spearman, and then here his Swordmasters get wrecked. And then again here, Hargoneth Executioner is going to murder this sword unit. These guys will absolutely execute them. So we got an immediate breakthrough there with the Hargoneth Executioners. His Silver Helms were sitting right over here too, hidden. I think I pulled my guys out right about the same time. I kind of liked keeping this Blackguard back here. I mean, we didn't need it in the frontline fight. We managed to do well. So there goes the last of his Sea Guard. So yeah, look at that. The Reaper Bolt Throwers doing the job. There's our murderous prowess, so now we should really be kicking butt. And he didn't micro these White Lions here, so the Hargoneth Executioner is going to just execute straight through them as well. White Lions will put up a little more of a fight, but without a charge, they should get crapped on pretty convincingly. Phoenix Guard over here got in this fight, but there are Executioners there, and they will do well, and they're supported by Dread Spears. The Bolt Throwers have taken out the last of the archers. Yeah, with the one Silver Helm here, he was going to struggle because I have a couple of anti-large units, and then my Reaper Repeater Crossbows are faster. Silver Helm's definitely a good unit, but not a danger when I have a Blackguard around and a Dread Spear as well. I think he was a bit hasty. He needed to do something, but the problem is you can get tempted to land on a Lord or another unit that carries these... that are just on foot. You got to remember though that the dragon just knocks them around a lot. It causes a lot of damage. You can see here there's plenty of damage on my sorceress, but the dragon just puts itself in a bad position to take a ton of damage from what's left of my Blackguard and Dread Spears. He got a really good banishment spell over here early, which did a lot of good work. And then here he netted my guys but still ran into them, so huge mistake on his part that I was able to capitalize on. Blackguard will kill cavalry for days. No problem. Enfeebling Foe is what I'm using here, and you can see what it does to his stats. Ruins the dragon's stats. So, Enfeebling Foe can be quite useful at minimizing the damage of one of these heroes, and that's all she wrote, folks. Our Hargoneth Executioners really did do some executioning. Both of them getting a lot of kills. Hargoneth Executioners hit harder than Swordmasters, pound for pound. It's just that the Swordmasters of Hoeth have the martial prowess. So that's how Swordmasters can actually beat a Hargoneth Executioner in the right scenario. But if it's just like prolonged combat and martial prowess wasn't the case, or if the Swordmasters don't get a really good clean charge, the Executioners do punch harder in a drawn-out fight, but the Swordmasters hit harder with the martial prowess. The Executioners deal a little more armor-piercing damage, which is really what does it for them in the end. So they are definitely some rock-solid units, and you can see when they get the opportunity, they kill all day long. Hope y'all enjoyed these battles. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Appreciate MSI sponsoring me, and I appreciate you being here. If you enjoy this, make sure to subscribe so you can keep in touch with the new videos that are coming out. I will see you soon in those new videos. Mortal Empires, to be specific. See you then.